How's it going?
That was awesome. Well done. That was great. Had me going.
How weird is it that both Canucks teams lose 5-3 on the same night? Is that like an omen from maybe it's like it's Bo Horvat coming back to haunt us? 5-3?
Wow, I didn't tinfoil hat it that deeply, but I mean anything to lick the wounds, I guess.
Yeah, I just watched 2 Canucks games, so my brain might be melted.
Yeah, no, I mean at least the Abbey game, I mean they tried their asses off.
Oh yeah, can you imagine
you know,
5 players going out of that game before the game even started? Like that's insane.
Yeah, it had to have been like a flu bug or something, right? Like I know they're like injured, but there had to have been something that hit them all of a sudden, because if you had that many guys questionable, you'd probably want to call more guys up than Zach O'Cabe this morning, who didn't even make it in time to play in this game. So, like you said, 10 forwards dressed, Phip Waugh playing as the 11th forward, who is a full-time defenseman. A couple of ill-timed penalties put them behind early, and Chase Wouters tried to will them to a win, but too little, too late. They tried hard, but yeah, tough one. Just some guys not used to being in certain positions or playing certain situations, and I think that's kind of what you saw with the goals that were given up. Tolopilo, a little bit of a soft one on the third goal, I think it was, beat him short side. But other than that, a hard-fought effort considering the depleted lineup. I mean, my goodness. Brandon Astle said it early in the broadcast, from healthy scratching 5 guys before the break to having 8 guys injured after the break is like unreal. So, yeah, I mean, depth is a key. They tried their butts off, but no doing.
Well, at least they get another chance to do it tomorrow, right? Everything should be fine by then. 7:00 tomorrow night out in Abbotsford. And they'll get another chance. I mean, it's one of those things too, right? Like, this has been Canucks hockey lately. They actually outshoot the Condors by a score of 39-18, like double, and they still lose the game. So it's like they couldn't have thrown anything more at that game. So
yeah, no, they did what they could. Sorry, I was just laughing at KJ's comment filing for shared custody of me. Oh, chat, some of you crack me up, man.
Yeah. Katie is sharing Dank Muffin now.
Never change.
No, Katie is not sharing Dustin, despite what you guys want. So the Vancouver Canucks, same thing. It was like the opposite game, right? They looked like they didn't show up until the last 10 minutes of the game. Suddenly they make it a 1-goal game. And then, is this the new trend for the Canucks? We always make fun of some old coaches, right? Like some coaches back in the day, they roll 4 lines no matter what. Some coaches, they couldn't get through a game without a too many men. Now, Adam Foote thing, they can't pull the goalie without getting scored on.
Yeah, almost instantly. It's like almost they don't even get the goalie off the ice and the puck's going down into the net. So, yeah, that's a tough one. Again, we've heard Foote kind of talk about it before, how this team gets really down on itself. And I think they did push quite hard in that first period, and they outshot Buffalo 14-9. They give up the shorthanded goal, and I think there was just a collective frustration going into the locker room being down 2-0 when realistically, I mean, they did have the better chances in the first period. It was just one really poor defensive showing by Kane and Boeser on the first goal, and then the second goal, a bad turnover. And then you go into the second period, and they're kind of flat all through the second. Myers and Joseph get crisscrossed in their own end, and it leads to Alex Tuck being kind of left wide open, and he buries his 13th of the year. Okay, so you go into the third 3-0 instead of trying to get one and going into the third 2-1 maybe, or 2-2 if you really battle hard, but they came out flat, and then again come out flat in the third because they're even more disappointed for giving up the second period goal, right? And they just this is what we've talked about a lot of times about needing a glue guy that can go out there and just get the team going. Like, it can't always be Connor Garland. Like, if he's out of the lineup, you need someone else to step up and throw a big hit or go grab somebody. Like, at the beginning of the third or end of the second, they should have had someone going out there and just trying to do something to get them going. But for the life of me, they don't have that guy, right? And it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I always imagine that it would be Tyler Myers because I feel like he does have that kind of style in him, but I think this is the
He's
most
just too
chill.
nice.
He's too nice, right? That's the thing.
He's
Some
a
of these
big brother,
guys, they're
right?
just too nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even like just going back to Abby, because I'm just gonna bounce back and forth, because why the fuck not? Because here we are.
Here we are.
Vilmer Alriksson, he deserved a goal tonight. And Cam Bites, man, that may be the best game I've seen Cam Bites play all year long, and he was flying around. So the fact that neither one of them managed to put the puck past Tompkins in net is absolutely crazy for me.
Yeah, I mean, Tompkins did have a really great game, stopping 36 of 39 shots against. So, I mean, they put the effort out, did get a little bit goalied, gave up a couple of poor chances against because of, miscommunication out there with guys playing weird positions. And I mean, overall, if I'm Manny, I go in that locker room and just say, you know what, great try, boys. That was everything you had. I appreciate everything you did out there tonight. Shake it off. Let's try and hopefully have some reinforcements tomorrow and get a good sleep. Right. I love what I saw on a couple of plays with Alriksson using his body in the offensive zone, like separating a defenseman off the puck on the boards who's about to start a breakout. And he's like, no, I'll just take that. I'll rub you out of the play with my size and just take the puck away. And that's the progression I've been seeing with him. He's doing that more and more. And if he can keep going and maybe put on like 10 pounds of muscle in this offseason and come into next next training camp that much bigger and stronger, with the hands that kid has, I mean, he could be one of those sneaky top six forwards that kind of becomes really big weapon in the new style NHL because he's fast, he's mobile as hell, he's huge, and he's got great hands. And so it's like he's one of those guys that is taking a little longer to develop. But I love what I'm seeing from him this year, just because those guys do take a little bit longer. And yeah, I mean, I think a lot of kudos has to go to Jujhar Khaira because he was floundering a little bit until they brought Khaira in, and I think part of it was the injury thing, needing some more reinforcements. But I do think there was a sense with Ryan Johnson going after him and bringing him back for that big guy who took longer to develop in the NHL as well, a bigger bodied guy who's leaner, to help Alriksson with that side of the game, because Khaira really worked on that later in his career to play more physical and use his body to get in better positions. So if Alriksson can learn that young, under the age of 23, then we're going to be in la la land when that kid comes up to the NHL and starts lighting it up.
And just to point out that line that they put together near the end, Jackson Kuntz, 6'3", 227 pounds. Jujhar Khaira, 6'5", 214 pounds. Vilmer Alriksson, 6'6", 234 pounds. They were knocking people around, and it was very fun to watch. I'm just realizing right now, I feel like I did not see Jet Wu that entire third period. I don't know if you saw anything on socials, but I feel like he might have gotten pulled out of that game.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he's been fighting the injury bug, right? And I'm not sure. Maybe he's got the flu too. He did look like he was in a bit of a bad mood to start that game. Kind of a boneheaded roughing penalty. He doesn't usually take those just careless penalties like that. So maybe his head wasn't fully in this one if he was feeling a little bit under the weather. Who knows? Hopefully it's nothing serious, because he is that veteran stability on the blue line when he's at the top of his game. Ever since he's come back, it's been been nice because the young guys have had a leader back there, and they've really needed it. Even though they did do a great job of carrying their weight, while he was recovering from that wrist surgery. I really hope he's not gone long.
Yeah. The only thing I can find on social media here is a comment from Ben Lipka, the Abbotsford News reporter we just had on, and he says Trent Call would have put Jet Wu at forward tonight. That would have been fun to watch. No, we'll try and get an update for you, but it doesn't look like, it's the AHL, so it's gonna be tough to get some information out of there. Pettersson. He did score tonight. Kind of a patented PD spin and shoot, so you love to see that, right?
Yeah, I mean, picked a corner, put a laser bar down, basically. You love to see that. What I love to see more is where the shot came from. He's in that slot area fighting for the puck. Boeser picking up a couple of assists tonight. The one that he tipped over to Pettersson, nothing fancy, but he did, do the work to make sure it got to Petey. Linus Karlsson getting another point, assisting on the Ogren goal. Good with Ogren not to give up and get the second shot on net and through Pekka Luukkonen. Jake DeBrusk again cleaning up a rebound there. Good job by Boeser to get it towards the net to Sherwood. Sherwood with a tuck play that created a nice rebound for DeBrusk to bury. But again, it's these guys try to push hard for the win, but it's like they gotta not get so down when bad things happen. And we've heard Foote kind of talk about it the whole season. They just need that guy, and Kane was supposed to be that guy, right? That motivated everybody and has been through the trenches and is this great guy who's changed so much. And all we're really seeing is what we expected kind of Evander Kane, right?
Yeah.
I hope they can find someone on his limited trade list to send him to just to get that cap off the books, so they can move forward. He's not needed in the second half of the season. Like I don't agree with the illusion with Foote, like with his eyes on the playoffs. We've heard Rutherford say publicly they need a top 3 pick. So Rutherford's goal is to finish dead last. He's said it publicly, whether you want to read between the lines or not, or believe that they want to stay competitive. A lot of it is just lip service. I mean, these guys are coached on what to say. They're prepared on what to say before they even go in front of a camera or a microphone. The only one who isn't is Adam Foote. And that's why we get the word vomit, tossed salad, just complete gibberish sometimes. Foote, are you watching the same game we're watching type of post game interviews or practice interviews? So that's why when Foote says stuff, I kind of just brush it off. When I listen to Alvin and Rutherford, it's always very calculated. They've always been very calculated. Do I agree with where they've managed us into? Not really, but am I hopeful that they have a plan, and the plan is to get a high draft pick and move off some of these older guys, and have the likes of Vilmer Alriksson, Riley Patterson, Braden Coots start to make that transition up, and Lecker Mackey next year should be full-time NHLer. When you look at that lineup, then, a lot of guys become expendable to move out of the lineup. So, we'll have to see. Again, I was pretty sure that after this 14 games or like when we get to that mark in January, like around the 15th or so or 16th, that would be the telltale sign. Like if they're still not like 2-4 points out of a wild card, then the trades are going to happen then.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they're listening to offers and doing their due diligence in giving Sherwood a 4x4 offer. That's the most they can afford to give a guy that age. And you can't tell me that he deserves to be paid as much as Pius Suter, just because he hits people so much. Like, it's an illusion, right? Like, when you're hitting people that much, it means you don't have possession of the puck. And if he goes to a cup contender, his physicality becomes less of a factor. He's not going to be hitting as many people because cup contenders are predicated on puck possession. So if you have the puck, you can't hit people. And then if he's in the bottom six, he's going to get less ice time to be as effective offensively. He's a guy playing out of his mind for his realistically last contract in a contract year on a team that's really lacking in their top six for scoring. And he's stepped up. He's just that type of guy who's going to step up for his team. And so, if he really wants to chase $5 million, all the power to him to go do that on the open market. It's just the Canucks can't commit that if like the true path forward is a rebuild. Like they have other energy guys. Like it's not like Sherwood hits through people to hit them. He hits them to separate them from the puck or piss them off. Right? He just causes them to be frustrated and get under their skin. When have we said, "Oh, what a huge hit by Sherwood"? Pretty much never. He gets 10 hits a game, but it's like sometimes you got to really look and be like, is that really a hit?
Sounds
So
like you're trying to convince yourself you don't like Sherwood anymore.
no, I love him. I'm just
he's gonna get traded. You're like, no, I'm fine. It's fine. I didn't like him anyways. He doesn't hit that hard.
No, I love the game he plays. That's the thing. It's just you can only pay so much for it if your path forward is a rebuild. Right?
Correct.
That's all I'm saying. I have nothing against Sherwood as a player. He's one of my favorite players. I absolutely adore the way he plays hockey. It's just with the Canucks, if I have to separate myself as a fan and be an analyst and be unbiased about it and think about the business, it's a business move, right? You have to remove the emotion from it when you think about certain things. And when I think about where Sherwood would end up, I have to think about what am I going to get back from that team because of how they're going to utilize him. So that's all. That's all I'm saying. Like nothing against him as a player. I think he's an absolute dynamite player, hell of a guy, and it's just tough because they need to sell when his value is super high. And they just have this history of waiting too long on these expiring UFAs and either signing them to too much value and the contract looking bad or selling them at a poor value because they get backed into a corner. That's all. Right? Like it's clear, like the Shilovs thing, right? When they signed Demko and Lankinen to long-term contracts. And they both have no movement clauses. So like I don't have the biggest issue with the term, like, or not the term, the money. Like I know they got 13 million tied up in their goalies starting next year. But what bothers me is now you've basically told Nikila Tolopilo that he's not playing in the NHL for 5 years. Mm-hmm. So what happens with him then? You're gonna trade him, obviously. And you're going to hope that Medvedev stays healthy and works out. And maybe you're looking at a Medvedev Ty Young 1-2. I don't know, right? But they've basically written Tolopilo's death sentence. And that's what upsets me more. They're doing the same thing to him that they basically did to Shilovs.
Yeah, you're right on that. Calvin I know Charlie's like, who's Trent? Trent is Trent Cull. He was the Abbotsford Canucks coach when they actually coached the Utica Comets, and then when they moved the team to Abbotsford, he came with the team. So he is and he also coached under Bruce Boudreau. He was an assistant coach for Bruce Boudreau too. So that's who Trent is. And then I think there's a question here from Swervin. Dusty, do the Canucks even have the capacity to flip a switch like the Sabres have this past month? Go on like a big old run.
It takes a big trade or a new coach, right? Like, they had the big trade. So, they did go on that 4-game run after Quinn was sent out of town. But the Sabres have a lot more prospects than we do. So I don't think they can go on a 10-game run. They just don't have the tools, right? Like no one's playing consistently enough. No one's showing that they want to do that. We're just kind of getting guys playing hard and within the system that they're being coached in. And we can tell just from what we're watching that the system doesn't exactly work.
My thoughts are that the Canucks will be in dead last with like a month left to go in the season. They'll be completely healthy all of a sudden, and they'll win in spite of Foot and win 10 games in a row and take themselves out of the top pick. So that's why I think they will. Yeah. They just will wait until the worst possible time to do it. Connor Gale, Dusty, Russ read out a stat that Ratu has put more hits in than Kane, and we thought Kane was meant to be an enforcer type approach to his game. Therefore, why did we even sign Kane?
I hated the Kane move from the start. I've been against it from the start. I tried to come around and be optimistic, but yeah, I I have no answer there. I don't know why that was done. That was probably one of the craziest moves I've seen this regime make. I think it was just like a hope and a prayer. And no, KJ, you're not wrong. Like at 30, the way Sherwood plays, he's one missed hit from a blown ACL or a blown shoulder. Like it's just bad luck sometimes. You can look after yourself as much as you want, and sometimes just stuff happens. That's why, like, I'm fine with the 4x4 contract that the Canucks have seemingly offered him. But, does he deserve to make more than Pius Suter? You run the risk of, okay, everyone was clamoring to sign Pius Suter for the 4.5 that he wanted or whatever. And he goes and makes 4.13 in St. Louis, and he's got 7 goals this year. Like he's not the same. He's not the contract year has a lot to do with some guys. So I just think that if it's because of like what we've been told, right? The goal is to rebuild and restock and move forward. And so you have guys that are signed long-term of that age. I love the guy, but I just don't think it's the right decision for the future of the team.
Yeah. I keep on wanting to think I keep on going back to it. And Connor Hill specifically gives me a hard time. Keeps on telling me that Rutherford's not a genius. I still think that Rutherford is a genius. I'm still on that train. But sometimes it's harder and harder to imagine that that's what's actually going on, but we have to wait and see. They have done this many times before. Quite often they will give an offer to and say, this is our final offer. If you don't take this offer, then we're going to be trading you. And on the other side of the coin as well, me and you have talked about this on here, is that they can drive up the trade value a little bit. If the Canucks are like, yeah, he's going to be the number 1 goal scorer for the UFA class coming up, but we're going to sign him before that. So if you want him, you're going to have to give us something good for it. So that there's lots of different angles that they're coming at this from. So
yeah.
Aatu Räty, 80 hits. And then right now, Evander Kane has 70 hits. And Aatu Räty has also played only 33 games, and Kane has played 40 games. So Aatu Räty getting more hits than Evander Kane by an exponential rate. He's the second most hits on the entire team, and yet he's not good enough. Second most hits. This is starting to sound familiar. Everyone shits on Petey, even though he had the most block shots, most face-off wins, blah, blah, blah. And now Foot's shitting on Räty. Most hits out of the forward group other than Kiefer Sherwood. Best face-off guy. Good 5-on-5 numbers. And but you got to scratch him, right?
Yeah. I just hate everything that they're doing with Aatu Räty. It drives me crazy. He was playing incredibly. He was starting to trend upwards, and then they start scratching him and start dicking him around, and I'm just like, oh man, this poor kid.
Well, that's the thing. We talked a little bit about it the other night with Hoglander, because Hoglander's now played 300 games in the league, which would be considered to be kind of a veteran player. So why the hell, when he goes off for injury and then comes back, why does he start on the 4th line again? Because, I mean, when he got injured, he was on the 1st line. So why does a veteran player who's played 300 games already need to come in and prove himself again to work himself off the 4th line when the idiot Kane's been stapled to Petey for 30 games this year?
Yeah, I'm out of answers, man. I don't have them.
We need to get Dustin a grab bag of answers.
Yeah. And Swervin's trying to throw me under the bus. I didn't compare Pettersson to Gretzky. I said that Gretzky had a I said that Gretzky had a lot of success quarterbacking a power play from behind the net
Yeah.
because it gives you the ability to see more of the ice rather than being to the side. You see the openings for shooting lanes and things like that. That's what I was saying. I'd like to see a better system. I don't care if it's Pedersen behind the net or flipping Hoglander or Boeser or DeBrusque. I'd just like to see them try to run plays from behind the net so they can see the shooting lanes develop better and have better options. And
Yeah.
I know you're joshing. I'm
Yeah.
just giving it right back. That's all.
Connor Hill
And I
saying,
got to clarify because KJ wasn't here when I said it,
yeah,
and
that
I
is true.
don't want him to think I'm even crazier than they already think I
Dustin,
am.
KJ thinks you're hot. There's no way he's gonna hate you, no matter what. You're just hot to him. So he doesn't care about anything else. He's just in it for your body. What? Dusty from Connor Hill, also considering DeBrusque has gotten points since he was scratched. How can geniuses not realize that can work for Boeser? And I would point out that Brock Boeser had 2 assists tonight, so maybe he didn't need to be scratched. Maybe he just needed to be put in a situation where he could get points and not play with Kane.
Yeah, I mean, he looked a lot better playing beside Pedersen, right? And Pedersen has been getting more and more confident to drive to the middle and be in control of the puck. So, that line was great in the last 10 minutes. I would have liked to see. I would like to see it more. I think I had said Boeser and Pedersen should be stapled together.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they said that a month ago?
Yeah, we both agreed to that. We saw them for like 1 or 2 games and then they suddenly got split up again, right? Like, I don't understand how that happens. But I mean, like, this is the thing. Me and you were both sitting here waiting for this, and we're back to deployment because I can't stop talking about it because it's insane. But Hoglander, Pedersen, Boeser, put them together, just let them happen. And then when they did DeBrusque, Carlson, and Pedersen, I was like, okay, it's essentially the same thing, but flipped the other way.
Yep.
But just try it out, Foot. Just try it out. Hoglander, Petey, Boeser together on a line. You're going to be surprised. They're going to score 3 goals in a game. Come on, do it. Foot.
And then when Garland's healthy, you have your second line of DeBrusque and Rossi or Hedl and Garland. So that's a pretty good second line, if you ask me.
Yeah. And that's why I say the Canucks can go on a 10-game run, because suddenly if Hedl does come back and even plays a handful of games, get Rossi back, get Garland back, this Canucks team, they have shown that they have the ability to get really hot. And after that 4-game winning streak, if they can get healthy and get some lines together, then anything's possible, right? Get out of the basement.
Anything's possible. Maybe pigs can fly.
Yeah. Oh my God. So you think do they send Baines down to Abbotsford just so they have an extra body tomorrow night?
No idea, because he's probably in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So fly him all the way back. Maybe. I don't know if they're allowed to do that because he's called up on emergency call up because he did have to clear waivers to go down. They're lucky that I don't know. I don't know. They have problems at both ends, right? So
yeah, it's like you're on the toilet with the
like a bad flu blood.
Right? Connor Hill, my boy, number 92 scored. Give him top line chance. Winky face, $2 dono. Thank you very much, Connor Hill, for the $2 dono. Your boy, the Swedish swine, as he once called him, is now your boy, number 92. And
the ogre.
Yeah, 3 goals since he came and joined the Canucks. What is that? 10 games he's played for the Canucks, 3 goals. That's on pace for, what is that? That's 8 times 3. What is that math? 24?
24.
He's on pace for 24 goals since joining the Canucks. Your boy. Canucks versus Detroit coming up. It's going to be on Thursday. It's another early start, 4:00 start. The last time the Canucks faced the diehards team, the Red Wings, they got absolutely smacked 4-0, and that was in Vancouver. Do you see a different game here coming up in Detroit?
Hard to say. Detroit's kind of one of those teams that you never know what you're going to get each night right now, but they are like a playoff team, supposedly, in this NHL. They are coming a bit more back down to earth and more to what the professionals expected them to be. But I think they play a more structured style than the Canucks, and they have a hell of a lot of speed in some of their young guys. They got that Sider kid on the blue line who's a good puck mover. They got DeBrincat up front who's quick and sneaky. So, they're gonna have to come out strong and not give up 2 goals in the first period. And who knows, man? Who knows? I like that they're playing hard, but like at the same time, I want to lose. I just don't want to I don't want to hate myself when we're losing. That's the problem.
I mean, I've heard a few people make the comment like the Canucks don't look like they want to win, and I'm like, I'm not seeing the same team that other people are saying. Yes, they are losing games, but I'm not seeing a team that has given up. I'm not seeing a team that's quit on a shit coach. I'm not seeing this toxic behavior that everyone talks about from the Canucks. They look like a team that goes out there and works their butt off, but they don't have proper direction to know where they need to go. So that's kind of what I'm seeing.
A team that's giving up and throwing in the towel isn't trying to get 3 goals down 4-0 and 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing is these guys play their butts off within a really shitty system. And that's really all it comes down to. And it's not a very good roster. That's it. Like the roster that we have, all of them are giving 100% effort pretty much every freaking night. If they're not, maybe they're fighting injuries. And that's true. Like they're not in the hate to lose mentality where they come out and they're would I love to see them play pissed off? Absolutely. But what is the message from the coach, right? Like if they come into the dressing room and they're getting all this feel good, fluffy BS that we get from Foote when he faces the media, then yeah, there's not going to be much fight in these guys. But if he's coming in there and ripping them because they're doing certain things wrong, then maybe they come out the next game a little more fire.
Chat hates your PD comparison to Gretzky. You ready for this one?
Oh,
Adam Foote, Wayne Gretzky.
All credibility gone.
Right? Adam Foote, Wayne Gretzky, right? Wayne Gretzky, greatest player of all time. Terrible coach. Adam Foote, doesn't matter how good of a hockey player is, that doesn't make him a good coach. I'm comparing Adam Foote to Wayne Gretzky. Deal with it.
There you go.
The point is made, right? Like, even though he's one of the best defensive defensemen of all time, that doesn't mean he knows shit about telling people how to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you hate it when you work at a job and they promote the person that's really good at their job and then they just turn into a dickhead because they aren't actually a good manager? That's Adam Foote.
Pretty much.
Dustin, we did have a special surprise planned for chat tonight. I don't know. I forgot now that.
Oh, did we?
It's 10 o'clock now. I don't know if you still want to do it because is your kid in bed or?
He is not here tonight. He's at his mom's.
Okay, perfect. Well, chat has been requesting this a lot. So
they're crazy.
Okay. I'm going to take you off the screen for a second so you can just quickly do what you need to do. I'm going to take you off the screen.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Dustin's going to get his shit ready back there. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but y'all have been waiting for this. And so we decided tonight was a good night to do it. And we did a little test run earlier to make sure everything works properly. So hopefully this all goes well. Okay. Here he is. For the first time on stream, it's Dustin Boydell and his guitar. So I'm just going to let him play and I'm going to put him full screen. Here you go, guys.
Dustin Boydell. Here we go. I guess.
Nothing is perfect.
You got the sound? Does it sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Got guitar and everything?
Yep.
All right, you crazies that wanted this to happen. I don't know why you wanted this to happen. I probably should have moved the guitar out of the background, but here we go. I guess we'll do it. You know what? I was trying to decide on what song to play. I can play like 350 different songs. But I figured something Canadian was good. And then I was like, it's Tuesday, so let's just go with a little Brian Wilson by the Bare Naked Ladies. If you guys know the song, great. If you don't, this is what it sounds like. Or is supposed to maybe sound like. Drove downtown in the rain, 9:30 on a Tuesday night, just to check out the late night record shop. Call it impulsive, call it compulsive, can call it insane. When I'm surrounded, I just can't stop. It's a matter of instinct, a matter of conditioning, and a matter of fact. You can call me Pavlov's dog. Ring a bell and I'll salivate. Well, how'd you like that? Dr. Landy, tell me you're not just a pedagogue. 'Cause right now I'm lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. Oh. So I'm lying here, just staring at the ceiling tiles. And I'm thinking about, what to think about. Just listening and re-listening to Smiley Smile. And I'm wondering if this is some kind of creative drought, because I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Oh. And if you want to find me, I'll be out in the sandbox, just wondering where the hell the love is gone. Playing my guitar and building castles in the sun, whoa, whoa, whoa. And singing fun, fun, fun. Lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. I had a dream that I was 300 pounds, and though I was very heavy, I floated till I couldn't see the ground. I floated till I couldn't see the ground. Oh, somebody help me, I couldn't see the ground. Somebody help me, couldn't see the ground. Somebody help me, 'cause I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Well, I'm lying in bed just like Brian Wilson did. Ooh, yeah. Drove downtown in the rain, 9:30 on a Tuesday night, just to check out the late night record shop. Late night record shop. Call it impulsive, call it compulsive, call it insane. Oh, 'cause when I'm surrounded, I just can't stop. There you go, guys.
Woo!
There you go.
What a beauty. Yeah, he's multi-talented. The triple threat, Dustin Boydell. You'll love to see it. You guys have seen his guitar in the background a couple times, so I thought we'd eventually get him to do Rock On. Yeah. Everyone's stoked to hear it. Well done, brother. That was beautiful.
Hopefully that wasn't horrible.
No,
You don't get second takes when you're live, so.
No, you nailed it, brother. That was great. That was great. A little Canadiana for everyone. Dustin, is there anything you want to say to chat before I let you go?
Well, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening and has a great day tomorrow. We will see you when the Canucks are live next game against Detroit.
Yeah. Thursday night. Well, I guess Thursday afternoon into the night.
That Brian Wilson character was the lead singer of the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And that song is about him.
Yep. Massively Major putting some fire in the chat, some candles. He's got them out because we don't have lighters in chat. A couple guitars, $2 dono coming in from Massively Major. Thank you very much, brother, for that. Connor
I feel
Goodell.
bad that Hunter's not here, so we might have to do another one next time.
Well, Swervin already put it in chat earlier, and it said you unlocked a new off-season summer segment, and I agreed. We're gonna do hell yeah the summer concert series with Dusty, and I will sing along, but I don't play guitar, so I'll be his backup vocals. And then Connor Gale says, Dusty, final question: did you watch Russell's most recent video with Dobby? The way he responds to Russell's instruction, one of the cutest things I've ever watched in a long time.
Dobby is an extremely well-behaved and handsome gentleman, and I watch all of Russ's videos. I believe it or not, that's how I get better at what I'm doing. I rewatch back all of our Rusty and Dusty side shows, our post-game shows. I listen back for mistakes that I'm making or things that I wish I would have said better or filler words that I'd like to eliminate or things that I tend to get repetitive with. So the only way to get better is to watch myself and be my own worst critic, and that's why I try to do it. And then that includes all the special videos that Russ puts out with Dobby. I'm always going to be a channel supporter. Russ works his ass off, and that's one of the things I can do is be there giving likes to those videos as well. And anything I can do to help the channel, that's what I do.
Mrs. Paragon Pro, he stole my heart with private concerts. Ha ha! I don't doubt it.
Why do you think I learned to play the guitar?
That's how you get pickup chicks in college.
Hot tip for you kids out there. You can't just learn to play the guitar though. You gotta learn how to sing.
Yeah. You gotta do both. If you can do both at the same time, then it adds to the old ambiance.
Absolutely. We'll have to get the song list out there somehow so you crazies can make requests.
Yeah. Well, definitely that'll be something we can do during the summertime once the hockey season is wound down, because there is nothing going on in hockey when it comes to August. So that'll be a good time for us to get some other content on the channel for you guys to enjoy.
Absolutely.
Dustin, enjoy your Wednesday off from the Canucks, and we'll chat again on Thursday, brother.
We will do. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Hopefully it's not rainy and gross, and have a great night, sir.
Nothing is perfect.